Good afternoon and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please do hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I hope that you guys are doing okay. I know that I am. I always express the importance of hitting the like button because the like button helps to keep the video in the algorithm, okay? So like, share, subscribe, comment, all of those great things, okay? Also, if you want to support the channel, you could definitely support the channel via Cash App, okay? I wanted to talk about the Shelby County Jail is getting too dangerous for employees to work in. You have so many employees crying out for help. As I told you, I worked for the sheriff office for many, many years after moved over from the Memphis Police Department, and I started working for the sheriff's office, okay? So I had the opportunity over there also to get have many friendships, right? You can't work somewhere for as many years as I worked in between places, a total of 18 years, and not have friendships, right? That goes beyond work. And so, I think about some of the people that are in positions now. As I said, a lot of my friends are, they've some of them have made rank, some of them haven't. Okay, some of them have made rank, some of them haven't. Um, I think about, when I hear about what's going on at the Shelby County Jail, it's very, very concerning, right? And they have a chief jailer right now whom he was my boss, okay, at one time, and he is a good guy, okay. I think he loves his job and what he does, and he has the knowledge, right, to do his job because he has been there for like over 30 years. But it's one thing when you put someone in place to do something, right? And I mean, you could put experience and a person that has the knowledge, but if you don't give them the resources that they need to do what is necessary, even though they have the knowledge and the years and the charisma and everything, all of the tools that's needed, that is a recipe for disaster. And even when I was working for the sheriff's office, unfortunately, a lot of the focal points was on the deputy sheriffs, which are the police officers, right? But even the sheriffs who is over the jail, right, over the Shelby County's jail, not the correction center, but the Shelby County's jail, and the deputy sheriffs, not the Memphis Police Department. Those are two separate entities. It seems to me that all of the sheriffs, maybe with the exception of like one, I think Mark Luttrell tried to care about the jail as much as he could because I think he came from, I think he cared about the jail, Um, but I mean, after that, you didn't get that because what you have is police officers or deputy sheriffs that had worked the street, so they don't really know a whole lot about the jail that became the sheriff. And the cry is that is exactly what is going on now, right? That the jail has always been looked down on when that is the most important thing that the sheriff could look over because all of the criminals are in this facility. And if you're not careful, when you're starting to get all of these criminals and they'll do anything, right? The jail, Shelby County's jail, is just like a holding facility. Okay, so inmates, if they're not going to be there serve out their time. They're not unless they got a few months, but they keep them there while they're going to court, right? And I was thinking about the situation. Me and a person was just talking about the situation with Straight Drop, stabbed the inmate in the head. Well, they're sweeping that completely up under the rug. Now, if they don't do something right, and which maybe it was self defense, they got the video and all that good stuff. It's something else that's going on too. Okay, but I was told not to release that yet. And when my people tell me don't say nothing yet, I'm not gonna say nothing. Okay, but but it's a lot of other things. I was hearing about just earliest yesterday, inmates was just fighting and going at each other. They've started to overtake the officers, and it's just at this point not safe. And so, a lot of the staff that's been there a long time is completely concerned about, when they recruit people, because, folks don't want to work no more. Okay. They don't want to work. They've dropped the criteria to 18 years old. So, it ain't nothing for an 18-year-old girl, a boy who cares nothing about nothing and knows, that their loved one is in that jail, like somebody like straight drop, waiting to go to court to get a job. All you got to do is go for 4 months. They don't even make you pass the PT no more. So you could be out of shape. Um, 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 hey, I think they're overlooking if you got weed in your system. So I mean, all you got to do is just show up and say, I want the job, okay? And they'll put you in that jail. The most important thing, even more important than what the deputy sheriffs do, if you ask me, because the Memphis Police Department is the ones that are patrolling within the city limits where all the damn fools at. So the sheriff's department helps other little entities like Germantown, because they sit in Shelby County. These are suburbs, Bartlett, Millington, all of these basically what you could call suburbs. So they're not getting what the Memphis Police Department is getting. So that's why I say they could be metro and helping the police department, but the focus has always been on them. And I'm not putting them down when the jail is even more important, because they dropped the criminals off inside the jail. A lot of those deputy sheriffs couldn't work in that jail because they don't have the mindset to. You have to really, it take a special kind of person that's sane to work in that jail, right? When you're locked up, you're doing time with the inmates. All of the bars click. When you walk into a door, it's click. They're constantly rolling doors. So, and you're there and you're doing time with the inmates. So that's why you have to keep your mind right. You have to stay prayed up when you're working in a jail. And the idea that none of the doors was working on the third floor, none of them. You trying to tell me that the inmates, none of the doors are working, they're just out? You can't even lock them down. And officers, when they get into fights and stuff, everybody hate the police or they hate the deputy jailers. But when you see, and I'm not saying that, excessive force is right, because it's not. But if somebody take their milk carton and they keep their milk carton and they pissing in it every day and they put some of their boo-boo in it out the toilet and all of that. Oh, I got sick because that has happened plenty of times. And they mad at this officer because this officer is making them, another officer might be lenient. But when this officer come in on their shift, they're going strictly by the book. So an inmate might get mad. Okay. I'm going to get this officer. And then they throw their piss and poop and stuff all in your face and you lose it. Hell, if you wasn't a deputy jailer, nigga, you lose it. You probably take them out. And so when they're spit on or an inmate haul off and slap them, pop, and their natural reflexes to hit them, bam, hit them and break their damn nose. I mean, if somebody hit me, that's one of my natural reflexes to hit them back. And so, but it's not safe. So they put that out on the news, but they're not putting, they're not gonna put on the news what the inmate has done. Because if you're gonna throw poop and stuff in my face and your sour milk carton of milk in there, your poop and your piss, you might get stumped out. Okay. Because you made a conscious decision and they ain't supposed to do it. But what I'm saying is these folks are human. When they in there with a bunch of mentally ill folks, got all types of diseases, I know it because when I used to work overtime in that booking window, we was booking them folks in. You put in, a lot of them had been in there before. When you fingerprint them, their R9 number come up, bing, med alert. That lets you know right there that they carrying something. Bing, med alert. And most of the time it was the H to the I to the V. And you think you're gonna throw your piss and shit in my face? Of course, I'm gonna get my get back on you. That's not how it's supposed to. What the officer's supposed to maintain their composure. Please, if they were on the outside, the same niggas that's complaining would have did worse. Okay. The point is, we all human, but a lot of stuff is being covered up, and the sheriff is radio silent, and they're complaining about the people that are coming in. It looks like they're going into trap houses getting recruits. They don't do that with the deputy sheriffs now. And let me just say this, because there's the chief over on the, and I don't have no issues with Bonner. Okay, I don't. I always thought he was. I don't have no issues with Bonner. Okay. But I need for Bonner to understand. I think that Kirk is a really good chief jailer. Okay. But with all of the experience and stuff that he has, you're gonna have to make sure that you're giving that man something to work with. Don't just put him in one of your most important positions to man one of your most important places, which is the jail, even if you don't think so, and not give him the resources or anything to work with and expect for him to swim. Now, I got a little upset because I'm hearing, and this person didn't tell me that, because I had not talked to this person in years. A person that used to be one of my real good friends. They blamed her about the incident that happened inside of the court. Okay. And they're saying that she was suspended, and it was her off day when it happened. How they do that? But see, I understand with the police department, they've always pushed the blame down. So what they did was they needed somebody to blame, so they put it on her shoulders, because they was claiming that she had told the officers. Now she's over the fourth floor, the sergeant on the fourth floor. If she tell them we're short, if you don't have anyone around to watch you, don't pat down an inmate until you got somebody to back you, until somebody else is around. Okay, so they blamed her for the guy having a shank because they're short, instead of blaming themselves for being short. They ain't do that right. Okay. I have not, don't be messing with her, because I ain't talked to her. Okay. We have not talked in years because we fell out, but and then I still loved her and stuff as my friends. But we fell out, we stopped talking. I be getting mad. I don't talk to folks no more. Okay, but when I heard that happened, I was like, dog, because I know that she was thorough. She was a good officer. So I know she's a good sergeant. So, but to put that on her shoulder and suspend her because this inmate goes to court and stabs somebody, and it's on her damn off day. And so that's what they do. They push it down. And what that does is that messes with the morale, the morale, right? As it relates to when people want to do their job, and they want to do their job to the best of their abilities. But when stuff, because of the shortages and stuff, nothing is working in the jail, and people are consistently getting messed over. That's why a lot of the old heads that ain't get going down there giving straight drop his drugs and stuff like that, the ones that would never do it, they're leaving because they ain't getting treated right, and they're being forced to go into trap houses, it looks like. Because I was looking at the recruit class. They're being forced to go into trap houses and get anybody, and the sheriff is allowing this to happen because he don't care. First of all, what you got to do is you got to take the criteria back up so that you don't just get anybody, and you got to make sure the pay is right, and you got to make sure things are working in the jail, because safety is first, as it relates especially to the staff, because all they doing is going to work. You got to give your chiefs what they need to make sure that the operation is ran correctly. If it's going to be a broken operation, you can't just blame it on the chiefs. He's going to continue to get lawsuits. Okay, if they don't do what is necessary, sheriff, You're going to continuously get girls that, they're going to be walking past the nurse's station and they're going to be bent over. And you're going to get a lawsuit. Okay? They said there's so many lawsuits going, don't make no sense. It don't make no sense, okay? And as it relates to straight drop, Lord have mercy. Yeah, I can't wait to tell y'all about that. Straight it don't make no sense at all. But what straight drop needs to be, what they need to do, because see, they're gonna mess around and straight drop family gonna be rich. And even though what straight drop did was dirty, if they don't hurry up and fix their jail, because straight drop ain't gonna be able to stay in trial because God ain't them gonna be in them pay somebody to take him out. Okay, and then his family gonna be suing the jail. So what they need to do is they need to watch that. Okay, they need to watch that. Okay, but anyways, y'all, hey, this is sad that you hear the people that are dedicated, that love their jobs. And I was looking at a picture of the chief jailer down there, and that's a good man. So I'm not talking about him because I understand he's got the knowledge and everything and he cares, but he can't pay for the doors to be fixed. All he can do is tell the sheriff, okay, who's going that should have been taken care of. When he brought that to the attention of the people that could do something, that should have been taken care of the next day. See, what they do is they'll pay the main medias not to put this type of stuff out. Okay, they might talk about it, but they brush over it a little bit, and then that's it. But this is dangerous. The safety of the jailers is important. Okay? The safety of the jailers is important, and I'm not going at the chiefs because I understand, like, I remember Askew, Kirk, Rudd, all of them. I like them. I would never say anything bad about them. Them three, I don't know who else is there. Those three I know I like for sure. So I know, and I know how it is because I've worked with Kirk. I know exactly how it is. He has to push that up. He can't say, well, I'm gonna pay to have the jails fixed. No, he can't do that. If you want the man to run the operation, make sure the resources are in place for him to run a successful organization. What is going on now is plain criminal. Okay, it's criminal. And Sheriff Bonner is radio silent. And I don't mean no harm, Bonner. I saw that interview that you did when you was talking about the jail. Your eyes didn't have nothing in it. Okay, there was nothing there. So we know you don't care about the jail. It's sad that your jailers feel like you don't give a damn about them either. But Bonner, you're gonna have to read what you sold. I know you're a man of God. You need to make that right, and you need to make it right now. You already got plenty of lawsuits coming down the pipeline. The inmates going to jail for committing all these heinous crimes on the street and getting rich. Okay, when they go to jail, they go into jail now to file lawsuits and get money so that they can go have more money to really go back out on the street. Okay, and commit crimes. That's a shame before God. That's a travesty of justice. Okay. But anyway, y'all, I just wanted to talk about that, because I've been upset about that. Okay. When you hear the cry of people that just want to do their job, and the staff is short. Hell, it's more dangerous to bring bodies in there from out the trap house. And then what happened? They get in out the trap house. They get them from out the trap house or out the strip clubs and stuff, and they run straight down there and be twerking for straight drop. Ain't that something? Okay. But somebody is wanting straight drop. See, okay, let me stop. Anyways, you guys, I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. If you would like to support the channel, you could definitely support the channel via Cash App.